Hi, my name is Alyssa. Thank you for joining me today for Footsteps to Brilliance story time. Today we'll be reading Frugal Frank and Impulsive Ian in Footsteps to Brilliance Level 3. I'm going to log into my Footsteps to Brilliance account so we can get started with the story. I've logged into my Footsteps to Brilliance account and now I'm going to go into Level 3, which is the blue level. Then I'm going to click into Aesop's Fables and find our story, Frugal Frank and Impulsive Ian. To read this story, you can click on the yellow speaker icon here, or you can read it to yourself.
Frugal Frank and Impulsive Ian, a modern revision of The Ants and the Grasshopper by Jamie Larson, illustrated by Tim Davis.
Let's go to the next page by clicking on the blue arrow. Frugal Frank and Impulsive Ian. Summer had arrived. Frank and Ian were out of school. They had read about a new video game system that was coming out in September, but it was expensive. They knew that their parents would never buy it for them. Frank and Ian decided to start a lawn mowing business so they could save money for the new video game system. They each had to save $200 to buy it. Their plan was to mow enough lawns so that they could each buy the game system and play online together. They earned $10 every time they mowed a lawn. Sometimes they even got a tip. Frank and Ian didn't think it would take long to save enough money. So they earned $10 for every lawn they mowed, and they needed $200. So how many lawns do you think they would need to mow in order to get $200? They would need to mow 20 lawns to get their $200 that summer. Halfway through the summer, Frank had already saved $120. Ian, however, kept spending his money on candy, ice cream, and movies. He didn't work nearly as hard as Frank. You better start working and saving your money, Frank told him. The game system comes out in 3 weeks. Don't worry, Ian said. I'll have enough money. When the summer ended, Frank and Ian met to see how much money they had. So what's your guess? Do you think that Ian and Frank each had enough money to buy the game system? Have you ever had to save up money to purchase something you really wanted? Let's go to the next page. Frank had been keeping track and knew he had $200 from mowing lawns and $40 from tips. How much do you have? He asked Ian. Ian got out the box he kept his money in and began counting. I only have $14, he said. Where did it all go? Frank asked. I thought we were both saving our money. I don't know, Ian responded sadly. I thought I had more than that. Can I have some of your money? No way, Frank said. I worked hard for this money and didn't spend any of it all summer. Sorry, buddy. So Frank can buy a game system, but Ian can't because Ian was not doing very well at saving his money. That night after supper, Frank's dad brought him to the store. He purchased the video game system and 2 games. Ian couldn't buy anything. The moral of the story is, it is better to work hard for a goal than to give in to desire. Some activities that you can do that are related to the story are quiz games, a crossword puzzle. In my journal, you can also create a book. Are you more like Frank or Ian, and why? And now that you've read this modern version of the fable, you can try reading the original version, The Ants and the Grasshopper, also found in Level 3 of Footsteps to Brilliance, Aesop's Fables. Thanks again for joining me today for Footsteps to Brilliance story time. If you are interested in signing up for a free Footsteps to Brilliance account, you can visit www.andliteracyforall.net. You can also contact me at amoss@ccoe.net or 530-531-70 5-5.